Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Shuffle Podcast, episode 285. I'm Joe,
And I'm Annie.
and we switched sides today.
We switched sides.
Just throwing everybody off a little bit.
Mhm.
We are coming back with our peanut gallery, a little bit different than last time.
Ooh.
Would you guys like to say hello?
I couldn't.
Peanuts.
That's Riley. Meg?
Egg.
Your mom.
Oh my God. And we've got
And
Caitlin, who is still
Caitlin's
not talking into the
over
microphone
there,
today.
yeah.
She has a fear of speech.
Yeah.
Fear of microphone.
Speech.
But anyways, Annie, how are you doing today?
I've been better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Your last day of work
It
was
was my
today.
last
Yours
day of-
and Caitlin's.
Yes.
Logan, who's also not here with us this week. Not with us.
She's no longer with
Yeah.
us. Yeah.
But yeah, so you had your last day.
My last day working with Joseph today
Yep.
and all these crazy cats. Actually,
No, it's
I'm
actually
working with
not
Caitlin.
your last day with Caitlin at all.
I know, yeah.
You are both going to the exact same place.
Yeah. We're just changing places. But it was sad.
Yeah.
It was hard. I cried a lot.
Yeah, I heard. Last days are never fun, but I didn't think anybody, I don't know, I know of anybody who's cried as much as you did. Although I didn't see you cry at all, so really it could all be fake.
I cried a lot.
But I was told that you did cry a lot.
I did.
Caitlin specifically was like, Annabelle won't stop crying.
I don't.
She seemed annoyed.
I
And she can't talk to defend herself. So
I don't.
really, as
I
far as
know.
I'm concerned, she was actually like, I'm fucking sick of Annabelle, and I'm considering moving out of the apartment.
Oh
It was
my
crazy.
That
god!
is exactly what she said, word for word.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wild actually. So, and now she is nodding along. I can confirm there is nodding happening on the couch. So,
I don't cry a lot, contrary to popular belief. I
is that a
actually,
popular belief that you cry a lot?
it is because, and this is the thing, I have cried more in the last like 4 months than I have in my entire life.
Rough 4 months.
I don't know.
You don't know if it's been a rough 4 months.
I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know why I've been crying so much.
Right.
I've cried so much. And it's like, I think it's because I'm like, I enjoy working at safaris. I enjoy it there. So I think
Oh,
it's,
you're talking like specifically work related is why you've been crying the last 4 months.
I feel like that's a lot of it.
Okay. I thought just like in general, like little things are making you cry. And
No.
like, maybe therapy. But if it's just
No.
work, then
That's just,
and therapy is not the answer.
Yeah, before this, I didn't cry very much, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I was very good at bottling it all up and
That's why you've been crying. the
shoving
last
it
4
all
months.
down.
Yeah. You suppress and suppress and suppress, and eventually
Eventually it comes out.
cry. It comes out in the form of water.
A lot of it came out today.
But overall, it was a good last day.
It was a
right?
very good last day.
Yeah. Like you got to do safaris for people that you know.
I got to do a lot of
And strangers
safaris
that you
for
don't.
friends and for strangers. All of my trucks, I know we don't talk about safaris very much,
We
but
don't. Yeah.
all of my trucks today were very, like, I didn't have annoying people on my trucks.
Not that you ever have annoying people on your trip.
Some days are better than others, and today was
Right.
one of the better days for sure.
Really quick, just because it's going to bother me for the rest of the episode.
What?
Can you flip your pillow?
Yeah.
Because that
The
tag is.
tag. I need to cut them off. Like every week, I mean to, because it happens every single week
Yeah.
on that one. But
Nope.
it's just my side.
We're
Whatever
good.
side I'm sitting
Yeah,
on.
it's whatever side you're on each week is what's
yeah.
bad.
People on my trucks were nice. Animals were
Visible.
amazing all day.
Yeah.
We had great animals. Yeah. Couldn't have asked for
Good.
anything better. There's a string, and I finally got it. I've been picking at it for like the last 5 minutes.
Nice. And now you're moving on to a different park, different attraction.
Different park, different attraction. and
Roller coaster.
A roller coaster.
Gotta have some fun with it.
Hopefully, I get to come back immediately.
Yeah, well, that's everybody's dream, right?
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm leaving
oh.
unwillingly.
Yeah, well, as is the life of
A CP
yes.
as cheap labor.
God. You know what happened yesterday at
What
work?
should I do? I don't speak for the company.
Yeah, there you go. You know what happened yesterday at
What?
work? One of our managers, Kendall,
Mhm.
texted me
Oh my God. He
and
was
said, "Can you come into the office really
Yeah.
quick?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." First thing in the morning,
Mhm.
right? I'm training our new manager.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "Oh, wants us in the office." So we go in there thinking he had something to tell us or had a question for us or something. And I walk in, and what do I see? Our most recent episode of the podcast on the TV playing, and I just go,
Oh,
what
he
the
actually
hell is
watched
this?
it.
Oh, well, they very quickly like closed out of it. But they had it playing on the
So
TV.
2 nights ago, it wasn't last night. It was 2 nights ago. I was in there and Kendall was talking to us.
Oh God.
And we were talking about that episode and the serial killer stuff.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he was like, yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then we were walking out and I was like, I don't think I like that he knows. Like, I know that they know that we have the podcast, but I was like, I don't think I like knowing that he knows. I don't want to be perceived.
Yeah, like that's, and I tell people this all the time.
I don't want to be perceived by people at work.
I've been doing this for since 2018.
Yeah.
7 years I've been doing this podcast. I want people to listen to it. I want people to watch it.
Yeah.
I don't want
At the same time,
anybody I know.
I don't want
to listen
anybody to
or
watch
it.
this thing.
And more importantly, if they do, that's fine. I don't want them to talk to me about it.
Yeah.
Because
So that's funny that they
anxiety.
looked it up and they actually watched it because
Yeah.
the night before we were talking about it.
yeah. Because the day before, other people were talking about it
Ooh,
with them too. So.
I don't like the thought that they could be watching this
Yeah,
right now.
Yeah, there's
Probably
actually
not.
a lot of people that we work with that unfortunately watch our podcast,
Love y'all.
which is a big reason why I never talk about anything that happens at work.
Peace and
One,
love.
because it's the company that we work for, and two, because
Yeah.
of the people that we work with.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, we do have
Peace
some
and
fun
love.
things for you guys. You have a story that you were almost telling before the podcast?
I did. Well, because it's been a really rough week because this was our last
'Cause you've
day.
been
So
crying,
it's just been not a great week. I haven't been thinking about really anything other than today.
Yeah, really quick. Riley, you look like you're about to say paint me like one of your French girls.
She's laid out on the couch. like-
Yeah. I'm not going to.
Yeah, it's been a rough week. And so I was telling Caitlin when I walked in, I was like, I have nothing to talk about on the podcast. And then I was like, wait a minute. Yes, I do. So I'm going to tell you about Lisa.
Okay.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, including you,
Myself included, yes.
yourself included, my dad is the president of our HOA at home. Would you
Somehow that makes
You've
perfect
met
sense.
him and it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will say he does a very great job. I think he could be a politician, like a good politician, not like a crooked. No, seriously. Not like a crooked one, but like genuinely.
How does he feel about people's grass?
What?
How does he feel about people's grass?
He feels very strongly about a lot of people's grass.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
I don't know how much respect I have for your father.
He's not like your typical like HOA president. Like he's not like the ones that you see online where they like come knocking on your door and they're like, president of your HOA's here.
Right.
Not the crazy ones. He does a very good job of
Okay.
running the place, and he has very little help, and he has a full-time job.
Yeah.
So like he does a very, very good job. We have a neighborhood Facebook group where people can post whatever they really choose, events that are happening in the neighborhood, or
Yeah.
like they're selling something, or
When the next community garage sale is.
whatever it may
Yeah.
be. There sometimes people will air their grievances.
Oh,
Who would have thought in
Yeah.
the Facebook group?
public posting about your woes?
What?
Who would?
What?
Yeah. Old white people, that's who.
So I used to be like the
The
like-
co-president.
no. I used to be like the lifeguard pool monitor person at our neighborhood pool.
You have a neighborhood pool?
You don't?
No. I didn't
Yeah.
grow up in a neighborhood.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, we had a pool.
And neighborhoods I visited didn't have
Oh, we have a pool.
jealous, but okay.
Yeah.
We had
And
a town pool.
it was my job to watch the pool. And
You're like, yeah, that's a pool.
and part of my job was not only to watch the pool, but it was also to make sure that who was coming into the pool was supposed to be there. Like they were actually like members of the neighborhood. And not only were members of the neighborhood, but also in an HOA, you have to pay fees to the HOA
Are
every
they up
year.
on their fees? Yeah.
I had to make sure that they were
You
like
paid your dues.
caught up on their dues. Yeah. And very quickly you learn the people who are not
Yeah.
at all.
I'm taking it that Lisa was one of these
Yeah.
women.
So Lisa's one of these people who she always came up to try to get into the pool with her grandchildren. I don't know, Lisa. And
God, I hope Lisa doesn't find this.
I hope she does. And anyway, so Lisa's a whole big issue. And she is always in our neighborhood Facebook group trying to cause
airing out her grievances,
trying to start shit. She hates my parent,
Oh,
not my dad, but just my parents in general, because my mom does a lot of stuff too. My mom does a lot of the like landscaping stuff. They call it the landscaping committee. It's a whole big thing. Anyway, she loves, I can't say that because she watches this and she loves her landscaping committee, and
but it's a whole
good
big
for
thing.
her. It's a whole big thing. Anyway, so Lisa hates my parents.
Yeah.
Basically, because she lives in an HOA and she owes the HOA money, and my dad is the one that asks her for the money, basically. Right. So just by default, she hates my parents.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she's always posting stuff, trying to start things with them, about them, all kinds of things. So this was not the first time this happened. Is long story short. Lisa, I see it the other day, like 2 days ago, maybe. She posted it 4 days ago, something like that. She posted this whole thing. It was the sheet of paper, and it was the neighborhood's yearly budget or expenses.
Neighborhood has a budget?
Yeah. God. That's what an HOA does.
I thought they just sent nasty letters in the mail.
No,
said,
all the
hey,
homeowners pay money to the HOA, and then the HOA divvies out that money to do different things in the neighborhood. So that's what it's why we have a pool. They take care of the pool. They pay the lifeguard. They keep up the clubhouse. All the things.
Aren't you the lifeguard?
No, I live in Florida.
Weren't you the lifeguard?
Yes.
They were paying you with the neighborhood
They
money?
pay the company that pays me.
Got it.
Yes. I was hired by an external company. It wasn't like my dad was just paying me money under the table.
He's giving you Lisa's money.
No, right?
Why she hates them.
I know, right? No, I was working for an actual company that hired me. It was very official.
Yeah.
But anyway, so she posts this sheet with all of the HOA's yearly expenses from 2024 on it. Okay. And it's a lot of money because it takes a lot of money to run a neighborhood as big as ours. It's a very big neighborhood. There's two sides of it on separate sides of the street, the main road. So it's a huge neighborhood. Anyway, she posts this thing, and then she's like, I just need a little bit of, I wish I had a screenshot of it. My dad took the post down.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Doing the Lord's work.
I wish I had a screenshot of it so I could just read it out to you guys because it's so silly. But long story short, I'll do the gist of it because I don't remember exactly what she said.
You keep saying long story short?
I know.
You don't have to.
It's
long story's long.
I know, it's a very long story, and I'm sorry. I'm very bad at making stories succinct. But she said, she was like, it says we paid a bunch of money to fix our gate. We don't have a gate. This is what she said. I'm quoting. We paid a bunch of money to fix our clubhouse. We don't have a clubhouse. We paid a bunch of money to fix our pond. We don't have a pond. Can someone please explain like where all these expenses are going and why I'm paying so much money to fix these things that we don't have in the neighborhood?
I thought she wasn't paying money.
She's not. First of all, she's not.
Yeah.
Second of all, I read all that and I was sitting there and I was like, not only do we have a gate, not only do we have a clubhouse, we also have not one pond, not two, 11 ponds in the neighborhood. Yeah.
11 ponds?
Yes. We have 11. And it's not just like waterfront ponds either. Like some of them are retention ponds, like the ones that are for irrigation.
That retain water.
Like that. Yeah. And those count as part of the ponds. So I commented.
It seems like 9 ponds too many. That's a lot of ponds.
It's a big neighborhood.
I guess so.
It's a very big neighborhood. Anyway, so I don't usually butt in when she posts things because she does post a lot. Usually I let my dad handle it. He's very good at handling it.
But
handling her.
Yeah, you had an axe to grind.
This time, Lisa. It was also this week. I'm already not having a great week. So I saw this and I was like, I feel like pushing some buttons. Yeah. So I said, hey, we have all 3 of these things. Hope that helps. That was all I said.
Yeah. It was just enough to send her over the edge, though.
And she responds to me in not a very nice way. Not a very nice way. She could have been meaner, but she wasn't. She was like, well, you're just a kid, so you don't really understand how like money management works. She knows I'm like in my 20s and don't live at home anymore. Like she knows I'm not just a kid, like some 15-year-old kid. Like I'm not 50, but
yeah.
I'm an adult who
you
knows
have some understanding of
how
how
money works.
Yeah.
I can look at a piece of paper and tell you how money works.
Yeah.
So she responded with that, and I didn't like the kid comment because why would I?
Of course.
So
now she said enough to send you over the edge.
Yeah. So this one I do have a screenshot of because I sent it to my mom to make sure it wasn't too much. She said it was, but it was funny, so
Your
it was
mom
okay.
said it was too much when you commented the first time.
So I said,
oh, that's a long comment. Oh.
Keep in mind, okay, so under this post, there is 25 comments, and most of them are people saying, like, the clubhouse is the building outside of the swimming pool. The gate is the swimming pool gate access and the thing that closes off, like, the public area from other outside cars.
Right.
So, like, people are explaining to her, and under every single one, she was, like, finding ways to, like,
as they always
go
do.
around it
Yeah.
and be like, that's not what this is, blah, blah, blah. Like, so multiple people are sitting here explaining to her what these things are.
Yeah.
And which is what she asked. She said, can someone please explain this to me in her original comment?
She did ask for it.
So I said, you asked someone to please explain, and you have now had several people in the comments trying to explain to you where these expenses are going. You've disagreed with every single one of them. You don't want to understand. You want to argue just for argument's sake. If you don't like the fees of an HOA, move out of the HOA. Better yet, take over leadership and see how much better you can do with it. Complaining about it on Facebook is not going to change a single thing.
Wow.
I said that.
Yeah.
And I don't think I was overly mean.
Yeah.
With the kid comment,
You're like, you want to take my dad's job? Overthrow him.
literally
300 style.
take him out and
Yeah.
take over and see how well you can run it.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of money moving around.
Yeah.
Like
Eat it, Lisa.
eat it, Lisa. But I was telling Caitlin this morning, I was like, with the whole kid comment, her calling me a kid, I could have been very mean because she's an older woman, probably in her 50s or 60s.
Yeah.
I could have been mean.
Yeah.
And I didn't. I think that was a very professional
I think that was, yes.
response.
Yeah.
And it was, well, anyway, so she then started attacking my mom in the comments and saying, she was like, are you going to sit here and let your child talk to an adult this way? She thinks I'm like 13, I think.
Yeah, she must.
Obviously. But she's now yelling, berating my mother. And so this is when my dad took the post down. Because my dad doesn't like when me and my mom are very opinionated people.
Yeah.
My
As I've
dad,
gathered, yeah.
my dad doesn't like when we get into public squabbles.
Yeah.
Which we are very good at doing.
When the two of you gang up on somebody. Some defenseless old woman.
Yeah. I wish I knew. I should have asked my mom because she apparently messaged this girl like privately and had a whole thing with her like on direct message or something like that.
Gosh.
But anyway, so my dad took the post down and I looked for it this morning to see what she responded to my message, only to find it had been taken down, and I was very upset about it.
What the heck?
I know. I wish I could have seen what she had said.
To play devil's advocate on behalf of Lisa.
Okay.
I am not siding with her in the slightest.
I would hope not.
To play devil's advocate, HOAs are the bane of every single human's existence. They are the worst thing to ever be created by mankind.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that every HOA burns to the ground and that there will never be anything left. I apologize to your parents in advance for that.
That's okay. I get that all the time. Every time I tell people about that, that's usually the response I get.
Standoff. Love your parents. They're fantastic. Hate that I just found that out about them. Because HOAs,
they're such HOA people though. Like
they don't give off that vibe at all.
But
which
I guess
I'm grateful
maybe
for.
in my head that's not like yes, I know that that's like the stigma around HOA, but like in my head they're so like cookie cutter. Like if that makes sense. Like white picket fence. Like to me that's what HOA is, and they're very like white picket fence, cookie cutter family.
Yeah.
Like that to me is what they are.
See, I picture people that take the HOA seriously as sticks in the mud. And your parents are not that.
Yeah, no, they're not. Very nice people.
Yeah. Because there was people in my old neighborhood who were part of the HOA, and they were very much sticks in the mud.
So can I also play devil's advocate to your devil's advocate? And I said it to Lisa.
Yes.
If you don't want to deal with an HOA,
absolutely,
don't live in a neighborhood that has an HOA, because she moved into this house and signed a covenant saying that she would follow the rules and regulations of the HOA.
Now, to be fair, as somebody who rents, typically not something that is advertised to you about the HOA, unless you're paying the HOA fees as the renter, which very rarely you are.
You're not, yeah.
It is almost not something that's told to you at all. It's written into your lease if you're taking the time to read every single subsection of your lease, which nobody does when they're renting a house down here in Central Florida.
Right.
They are simply looking for a place to
I will
live.
also say our neighborhood is a non-rental neighborhood. You own the house there.
Yeah. So 100% you are right.
Yeah.
I again, just
Lisa
simply saying,
bought that house
yes,
for
knowing
herself,
full well that she was getting
knowing it was an HOA,
Uh,
knowing she would have to pay
I
fees.
simply hate HOAs, as I think most people do.
Because
She,
they have such a
however,
stigma online.
Did make her decisions. Will have to sleep in the bed that she made.
Yeah.
And she did the wrong thing of complaining on Facebook.
Multiple times.
Just don't.
Yeah.
Just don't.
She just picked a fight with my parents the wrong week.
Yeah.
With me.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I could have been nasty.
You could be.
I still could be. I could
I
probably
guess
find something in there.
She does probably know where your parents live, so probably not the greatest thing.
Maybe, yeah. I'm sure she does.
Ends up egging your parents' house.
Yeah.
Although eggs are expensive in today's economy. Can't just be throwing eggs around anywhere.
Yeah, if she's going to egg a house, she might as well just pay her HOA fees.
Spending money on eggs, yeah. I've got a few things.
Hit me.
All current events and or breaking news stories, quote unquote, breaking news. Yeah. One of them has to do, and I thought this was so fitting for us, it has to do with road rage. And I'll have to pull up the thing really quick. But there was, I don't have many details, and by many I have basically no details besides the headline and the quick synopsis.
Right, okay.
But this happened in Pennsylvania.
Naturally.
There was a woman who got arrested after a road rage incident where
you hear this?
Where she shit on another driver's car. It says defecated, but of course I'm going to emphasize.
Embellish.
Yeah. She defecated on another driver's car hood. This woman got so mad.
Wait.
On the road.
Oh, okay. I was going to say she got so mad that the girl shit on her car.
No. This woman got so mad at another driver that she.
How do you
dump a rooskied on somebody's vehicle?
Like in the middle of the road?
My
what
guess.
Are the logistics
again, I don't know the details at all.
Right.
Didn't look it up. Didn't want to do the reading. Didn't want to see the pictures. My guess.
I would.
My guess is she probably followed.
Wherever that person ended up.
Then shit after post commute.
Yeah.
That's my best guess. Because if it's middle of the road, you can bet your ass I am running her over before she gets anywhere near ass on car. Yeah.
Ass on
Cheeks
car.
are never going to touch hood. She is going to be deceased if that ever happened to me.
Yeah.
I also, again, like I know that we both have road rage.
Right.
I would never in a million years poop on somebody's car.
I also think
I read that
would not do that.
I read that at work today. My jaw.
Did you see mine? My jaw dropped.
Hit the floor.
I also don't think I would do that.
No, it takes a special level of crazy. That's something
right because
Lisa
that's like
do.
more than
Lisa
road
would,
rage. Yeah,
Lisa would shit and throw.
Freaking Lisa
house.
would shit on our house just because she could.
Yeah.
That's like a different level though. That's not even road rage at that point. That's like
that's psychotic.
Psychotic.
Yeah, that is serial killer behavior.
Yeah, that's her serial killer trait.
Like to have one ready, like in the chamber, and you're like, I'm gonna put this on their car, is wild. And I do want to know, like, did she like get up there and squat,
also,
or did she like?
Here's the other thing: is she was arrested.
Oh yeah, she got caught.
Which either means that like there were cameras and like somebody saw her do it, or she hung around long enough to get arrested
to see the reaction. Right. She was like, "Yeah, I pooped on your car.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do about it?" Hi, 911. I'd like to report a crazy person.
A crazy lady just shit on my car.
It could have. Did you look up the article? Is that what's happening over here? Oh, I just like based off your reaction. I was like, did you guys just Google it?
On the phone.
There are some options. There are a couple of options, right?
Yeah.
Cameras around, and she was caught.
Somebody saw her and recognized her. Somebody took the plates. Like,
she stuck around, or she did it on a Tesla, which is always recording.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably the least likely. I don't know, Pennsylvania. They have money.
Yeah.
But I kind of hope that that's the one, because like people right now, as I think all of us are aware, love to hate Tesla because of Elon Musk and his craziness. So they will do anything in their power to sabotage those cars. If this is truly a road rage incident, maybe not a Tesla. If they're just categorizing it as road rage because it has to do with vehicles, could be a Tesla. I think the article would tell us
I
more.
wonder
I'm
if
not
it
going
was
to do
like
any digging.
Like, was it actually road rage? Like, I wonder what happened.
Yeah, I mean, what sets somebody off enough to
Do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it doesn't take much for me to get very angry on the road.
Yeah, but it takes a lot for
It
me
would
to
take a lot for me to want to.
Like, I've never gotten so angry that I'm like, I could poop
shit on your
something
car.
of yours.
Like, that's
Ever.
not. I would probably go to like bashing in like your windows or something before pooping on your car.
Yeah.
Or like slashing your tires.
I would slash your
literally
tires. I would key
anything
your
else.
car. I would take a bat to your windows.
Literally anything else.
Yeah, I would do a lot of things before I. Yeah. Yeah. Say that into the mic next time, Meg. Gee, that was a golden
That was like,
comment.
such a
golden.
good line.
And you got the
And
microphone.
nobody. She said such a great line like this.
We're like, yeah,
Say
You're
it.
I wasn't thinking. I'm sorry.
it's okay.
Say it again.
I said, okay, Carrie Underwood.
There you go.
The moment's passed.
Yeah. But no, I would 100% go all Carrie Underwood on somebody's ass. Yes, Riley. Before pooping.
Pooping.
I have a question, and you don't know the answer to this. Was this
away.
lady just driving fully loaded with the shit in the chamber?
That's like, and I'm
Like-
wondering if that's part of it, right? That's
Yeah.
Like
like,
maybe she just
I
really
think I
had
said
to
that
go to the
exact same comment
bathroom
while you were in the bathroom. And I know I said that
did.
exact same comment. I just don't remember if you were sitting
He
there.
said she
Got
had
one
it in the chamber.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And so like, I have to believe that that's part of it.
She had to
Like,
go to the bathroom.
She had to go to the bathroom, and
so
she was
bad.
like, you know what?
Somebody like cut her off.
she was-
or was
Yeah.
driving slow,
Or
and
maybe
she was like,
she's
"Great."
got like a condition where when she gets angry, she's like,
She has to poop.
yeah,
She was-
she's turtling.
No, she was prairie dogging.
Yeah. No, prairie dog. Yeah. Yeah, she was like, I already have to, and now I'm angry, and
Now I'm gonna poop
I want to know the color
on
of
your
the car.
car.
God, I hope
Hope
it was white.
I thought you were about to say the poop.
I hope it was runny.
Ew.
I know it's not a color, but you still get the drift.
You still get the drip.
Yeah. I just really like.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I hope this woman. I know she'll get out of prison because that's like not a thing you go to.
I was like,
Prison
is
for a long
that
time for.
technically even illegal?
Yeah.
Is there a law
I'm sure.
that says you
I-
can't poop on
I'm
someone's
sure
car?
there's not a very specific law that says you cannot poop on car. But I'm sure there's a law that says you cannot be naked in public, or even semi-naked in public.
Who's to say it was in public?
She got caught.
Mhm.
So it had to have been at least public enough. She didn't break into somebody's garage and
I
sit-
just
sit
need
on
to
their-
know
shit on
more
their
of the
car.
context behind this.
Well,
I wish I could have been there.
I-
Not to see it.
Yeah, okay.
But like to see.
Yeah.
You
Part
know,
of the 911 ride along.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
Yes.
can I come with this one?
You know, like when they do like the audio, like the dispatch audio.
Yeah.
I would love to hear it.
Yeah.
Hear what the call came. What that came in.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I believe it was in public and she was shitting. So one, you're vandalizing.
Yeah.
So that's a law broken. Public nudity,
Indecency.
indecency. That's a law.
Is it?
Yeah.
Only in some states.
Probably in Pennsylvania. She got arrested.
That's true. They arrested her
Um,
for something.
Yeah. And I'm willing to bet that something is shitting on somebody's car. The charges they're pressing remain to be known.
Right.
But they definitely arrested her for it. They'll arrest you for anything.
It's true.
Yeah. What the charges
But
actually
they can
are.
actually get you on.
Yeah, that remains to be known, at least until we read the article, which is not going to happen.
I would pay her bail. Have they paid her bail yet?
Would you?
I would.
I would pay the woman.
Because
I would pay the other person whose car got shit on for a brand new paint job.
Really?
Yeah.
If you're
I'd
mad
pay,
at
you know
if
whose bail I would pay? The guy who runs across the field at every Super Bowl naked. They don't even have to be naked. The guy who, no, like they're not a streaker if they're not naked. The streaker at the Super Bowl, I would pay his bail because that's a legend.
But at the same time, if you are so mad that you have, like, that you would go poop on someone's car.
Yeah.
I feel that there's no way that the other person had to have been doing something so crazy, like so wrong on the road.
I think you're putting the crazy to the wrong person.
I think they're both a little crazy.
I think the other person's fully innocent.
They cannot be that
Even
fully
if
innocent.
you do something wrong, you never deserve poop. You don't deserve to have anything that you own shat upon.
Maybe he'll learn his lesson to drive faster next time.
Maybe. I'm trying, like, it just says on another driver's car. So we really don't know. We just know a woman. And honestly, I would expect that one,
a man
in Florida, and two, a man.
Florida man.
I would not expect it to be a Pennsylvania woman. I would fully expect it to be a Florida man.
Is the Pennsylvania woman the new Florida man?
Maybe. Maybe we don't know a lot about Pennsylvania women. I know 2 women from Pennsylvania.
Are they crazy?
I wouldn't expect either of them to shit on somebody's car.
No, we don't know anyone from
You
Pennsylvania.
do. Tessa.
I don't know her, though. Sorry,
Well,
Tessa.
you know her well enough to know she wouldn't shit on somebody's car.
Do I?
I would hope so. I feel like I know her well enough to know she wouldn't shit on somebody's car.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
But
I feel like I would usually, not that I would ever shit on someone's car, but I feel like the person with road rage is always right.
what if there was just like a cop walking by while it was happening?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like that's to me, like that's what I'm like, how did they arrest this person? Like how?
With handcuffs.
No, stop.
You asked.
Like, how did they catch her?
I'm telling you right now,
They had
100%
to have
there
been
were
like
cameras
right
involved.
there.
Like, I don't think somebody was walking by and go, what the fuck are
Like,
you doing?
oh my God, that lady's pooping on
You're
a car.
under arrest. I think poop was done. Poop was seen.
And how did they know it was because of road rage? Did she tell them? You think she was like, yeah, I had road rage, so I
I
pooped
think
on
if
their
you're
car.
caught on camera, you just start confessing. Especially if feces are involved. Especially if there's a video of you taking a thumper dumper on somebody's hood, giving them a brand new hood ornament. You're like, okay, yes, I know how it looks, but she cut me off. And you're like, okay, like, slam, you're done. Like, no. If I saw somebody shitting on my car, they'd be lucky to live
yeah, I
to
was
see,
gonna say.
to see tomorrow.
I would have some road rage.
Yeah.
That was not involved with the road. It would just be rage.
Yeah. Poop rage.
Anyway, this morning we were
Anyways.
driving down the road and some guy stopped in the middle of a 3-lane road.
Yeah. Did you think for 1 second about pooping on his car? Didn't think so.
I was very
You
mad.
know what that makes you? Normal.
Actually, I wasn't that mad. I was more confused. Riley's got something.
I have an alternate name to road rage.
What?
Feces fury.
Feces fury.
The Feces Fury Bandit stripes again.
Stripes again.
I could work.
Nice.
Strikes again.
Streaks again.
Strikes again.
Oh, man.
Oh man.
Yeah. In other more fun news.
More fun than pooping
more
on a
fun than
car.
Pooping on a car. Yeah. The Weenie 500 happened the other day.
Yes, it did.
And normally to quote my favorite podcast, which is The Basement Yard.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yes. To quote
Somehow I knew that was his favorite.
Love The Basement Yard.
But they are very funny.
They are hilarious. To quote them, we have entered dog sucking season, with the season of hot dogs.
I had one
Memorial
yesterday.
Day really kicks us off.
I was I had one yesterday.
Yeah, Memorial Day kicks us into dog sucking season.
Mhm.
At full force, and I don't like hot dogs, but a lot of people love it. Right? We are into it, and I don't think it's Memorial Day. I think it's the Weenie 500 that kicks us into dog sucking season. They had the Oscar Mayer Wienermobiles race. And I think that's the coolest thing ever. And I want to go next year when it happens, if this is a yearly thing.
Is it in Kentucky?
No, Kentucky.
Like
in Indiana. Like
sorry,
where the
that's what
Indy
I meant.
500
Yeah,
is.
that's what I meant.
You're thinking Kentucky Derby? The Wiener Derby. Yeah. The Ween-tucky Derby.
That's a really long day.
Yeah, but it's not people riding in the Wienermobile. It's jockeys riding on the Wienermobile. Just 17 Wienermobiles going down a dirt track.
You gotta stop saying Wienermobiles.
That's what they are, the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. They're not called hot dog mobiles. That's a mouthful. The Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
I don't like hot dogs.
No, I just said I don't either. But something about a big version of a food driving down the road. You ever seen
Like
the
the
lobster car?
car?
Yes, and you know how entertaining that is. The lobster mobile.
There's one that's got to live around here somewhere because we see it all the time.
They're on 192. Like the restaurant is on 192.
Oh, I didn't know it came from a
They
restaurant.
have 3 cars. They drive all over Orlando.
They drive in front of our apartment building. They do circles around their front.
Yeah. They're like, skirt, get some lobster. Yeah, it's like, what's it called?
It's always like
Boston Lobster Feast.
It's always like 10 o'clock in the morning too. Like we'll be leaving to go to work and
Well, that's their job. They start. Yeah.
driving down the
They start
road.
early. How can you expect people to know about lobster if you don't start in the morning? You got to get them on their way to work. So that way, by the time they're leaving work, their afternoon commute,
They're ready
they're
for
like,
lobster.
let's go get lobster. I saw
Right.
the lobster mobile driving down my road.
You know, I've never once seen the lobster mobile and been like, man, Caitlin,
Craven lobster.
we gotta go get
And
some
I've
lobster.
never seen the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile,
Nor have I.
period. Nor would I have seen it and been like, God, I could go for a Oscar Mayer weenie.
I don't think
But I-
ever once in my life have I craved a hot dog.
No, God, no. But you do get excited seeing the lobster mobile.
Yeah.
Because it's cool.
I think every time we see it, I'm like, the
There
lobster
it
car.
is. Yeah. As is the excitement of the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
Okay.
And to see several of them racing. I do have a picture. Oh God, the page reloaded. Hold on.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know. I want to know.
I wanna know.
I want to know where or when it happens. This one was on May 23rd, so a few days ago. Look at that. Just.
Oh, and it's like where they do the Indy 500.
Oh, well, now I can't read it anymore because I clicked on it. Yeah, it's where they do the Indy 500. That's the whole point of calling it the Weenie 500.
Oh my God, I need you to calm down.
What? There's five Wienermobiles racing.
Only 5?
I mean, that's all I can see in the picture. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but yeah, you can see that so well. 5 Weens on wheels. And you can't tell me that's not the most fun. The stands, by the way, packed full of people.
I'm sure.
That's probably the most fun that's ever been had at that speedway. Sure, the Indy 500's cool.
People aren't having fun.
No.
It's hot.
People are going there to drink
And bet.
and bet and drink.
And
This,
probably
You're
die of
going
heat
to
stroke.
you're going to watch those wieners race. It's all about the wieners that day. And that is how you kick off dog sucking season.
There you go.
Get your dogs, suck them down.
There you have it, folks.
Have an extra one for me. I don't like them. Have an extra one
For
Annabelle,
both of
'cause she
us.
doesn't like them.
No. Did have one yesterday. Immediately regretted it.
I also had one yesterday.
I feel like every time I do, like,
yesterday was,
sometimes
as you guys,
it was Memorial Day.
yesterday. We're recording this on Tuesday.
Yeah, sorry. I will say, I heard Megan in the room. Any instance where I actually might maybe want a hot dog potentially, like I'm like, oh, that could sound good. I'll like eat it and immediately regret it.
They're so bad.
Like they always sound so much better in theory than they actually are.
Yeah. I mean, they just sound
They don't sound good.
Yeah.
But
hot
when
dog, that's all
if
they
they
sound
ever
like.
do sound good, they immediately don't after I start eating them.
Yeah, when somebody's like, yeah, we're gonna have hot dogs, I'm like, hamburgers? Are those an option?
I'm
Because
always
down for a burger.
hamburger.
Yeah, always down
It's
for
one of
one.
my favorite foods.
Yeah,
A cheeseburger.
gross, but yeah,
Forgot you don't like cheese.
yeah.
A smash burger.
But if you give me like if you
I
give me
love
like a sausage,
okay,
I'm fine with those. Like we're doing grilled sausages.
I'm a little bit better
Like
with like a
Italian?
brat than I am with.
Brat. Yeah, I like those because they're good. Hot dogs are not.
Brats are good. I think it's the lining, like that, like initial,
Skin.
like
The
you know, like
intestine,
the
yeah.
crack.
You could take that off.
But then I would have to like take it off.
You could get it without them.
Can you?
Yeah, they sell. You'd have to get your own. But
Skinless wieners.
they sell skinless wieners. Yeah, skinned wieners. The meat's a little looser, but gets the job done. Anyways, next year I'm paying for us to go on a podcast outing.
To the wiener
Weenie 500.
500. All right.
Yeah,
And then we can go to the wiener derby.
the Weentucky Derby. And then we're also going to go to this. And this is something I've seen videos of so many times. This also happened. This was yesterday. And I think this honestly tops the Weenie 500 and the Weentucky.
Okay.
What's it called? The cheese rolling contest. Have you heard of this before?
Yes. And
Okay.
they
race down
and
a hill
they
after a
fly
wheel
down.
of cheese.
Yes. And
Yeah.
they fly
Look
down
at
the
some
hill.
of these people so if you haven't heard of this, it's called the Cooper's Hill Cheese Rolling Contest in I don't really know where it takes
It's
place.
gotta be like
in
Wisconsin or
England.
something.
No. It is not in this country.
It's not?
No, it's in England.
Sounds like a very Wisconsin thing to do, though.
Yeah, I mean they do love their cheese, but this one is not.
I
And
have
they
seen videos of this,
chase.
though.
So they send a wheel of cheese.
It's a big one, too.
I don't know how to pronounce this kind of cheese, but it's something with a G.
Let me see. Gruyere?
No.
Gloucester.
Sounds very German. So yeah, that cheese, they send a wheel of it rolling down a hill, a very steep hill. And then a bunch
They
of
chase it.
a bunch of dudes. There's also a women's race. But the one you get the most pictures of is the guys. Because guys are more willing to, I think, throw themselves
Down a hill.
painfully down a hill.
Yeah.
And they just chase after this cheese, and the first one to cross the finish line after said cheese wins the cheese.
Yeah.
The guy who won this year also won last year. So he is now the two-time champion
repeat offender.
of the Cooper's Hill cheese wheel.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yes, Meg.
Cheese
I
guy.
just have to say, I missed the whole beginning of this conversation, and so I walked in when I heard
Made cheese, yeah.
men were throwing themselves down the hill, and immediately knew what you were talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, you've seen.
I love the cheese roll or
Isn't
whatever
it-
they call it.
Yeah, the
it's so
Cooper's Hill
fascinating.
cheese rolling contest.
Highly recommend any videos.
Yeah, I don't remember
Yeah.
the first time I saw it, but I've seen it before, like either the year before or
Yeah,
last
this
year.
is I was like doing a little bit of research because this is like I was like I have to do research about this one. The pooping thing didn't care about, but this.
Have you heard of the cheese roll before this year?
Yes.
Okay.
I've seen videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
But it has been happening for at least 2 centuries, is
I
what they
need to
say.
know-
Maybe longer. The contest traditionally held in late May, public holiday near, what was that called again?
Gloucester.
Gloucester, which is a place about 90 miles west of London. Dates back at least 2 centuries, maybe longer. It's attended by thousands who pack the woods flanking the hill to take cover behind fences at the bottom, or take cover behind fences at the bottom, as competitors from around the world risk serious injury in the hope of glory.
From around the world.
People come from all over. I mean, the guy who won was German.
Oh.
He's a German YouTuber, which seems, of course.
Right.
But yeah, I kind of want to do it. But then I look at myself
I
and I
think
go,
I would
I'm very
enjoy.
frail.
I think I would enjoy watching it.
I would love watching it.
Like in person.
But I think part of me would really enjoy running down that hill.
I don't
There's
think
something
any part of me would
There's
enjoy
something
that.
so fun, and I know this is very like childish, but like there's something so fun about running down a steep hill, and you end up falling, and it just turns into a roll yourself.
It's very Princess Bride of you.
Sure,
You never seen that?
I have once. I don't know what reference you're
Have you
making.
seen it? Oh, when they like, it's literally that they run down the hill and they end up rolling, and he's like, "As you wish," and then she like throws herself down the hill too.
Oh yeah.
He's like, "Oh my God, Wesley."
Yes.
Anyway, that's what that reminded.
You have made me watch it, which is the one time I've watched
Anyway,
it.
yeah, that's what that made me think of.
Yes.
When they roll down the hill like that.
Yeah. Like again, that's like something that kids like to do is roll down a hill. I could go if you found me a steep hill right now, I'd lay on my side and roll down.
Okay.
It would be fun.
All right.
If you found me a steeper hill with a wheel of cheese in front of me,
Even better.
I would run after that cheese.
I would love to watch you
I
do
would
that.
try to beat the cheese.
I'm sure you would.
I would fail, but I would try.
I think I would enjoy watching it. I don't
You
think I
wouldn't
would
take
do it.
part? Well, would you take part in the opening ceremony? They get a bunch of kids and they have to run up the hill.
That sounds worse. That
Gravity's
sounds,
on your side on the way down.
That sounds much worse.
Yeah. But it's less injury prone.
So you say that. I'd find a way. It's also in England. It's very like wet there and slick. I feel like.
Yeah.
Usually pretty rainy.
No, it looked pretty dry that day.
Really? Okay.
Overcast, but look at this guy. Ass up.
That looks also like a hill where there would be like
Peanut gallery.
ant hills and snakes and all kinds of things I don't want on me.
I don't know how many snakes they have in London.
I don't know either, but
London.
there's definitely at least some ant hills in that.
There's a good. Doesn't get better than that. And there are people who try to take it slow.
Which,
but
like, why? If you're gonna do
inevitably-
it, why
Yeah, if you're gonna go
go
commit,
slow? If you're gonna do the cheese roll,
yeah.
you better be throwing
If you're
yourself
not walking
down
out
that
of there
hill.
with a broken femur,
Yeah,
you didn't do.
you
a
better
good
be
job.
throwing yourself down that hill.
Yeah. So that's where we're going.
Okay, I'll
Um,
watch. You can do it.
Yeah. Podcast outing 2026 is the cheese roll, the Weenie 500,
Which
and
all
the Weentucky
are
Derby.
subsequently.
What? You did miss the Weenie 500. You're like, wait
She
a
missed the
second.
Weenie 500.
You're like, I think it's called the Indy 500. Talking on the microphone, Meg.
I saw the Weenie 500.
Did you watched it?
I did.
How good was it? How many weenies were there?
I think it was 6. Yeah, because there's only 6 total. Like
In the world?
in the country, yeah. Yes, which is probably the world. I would imagine there's not many Oscar Mayer Wiener mobiles
Outside of the United
yeah,
States of
so
America.
yeah, in the world there's only 6, and it was the first time ever that they were all in the same place
This
at
was
the
the
same
first
time.
one?
Yeah. This is the first time it's
They
happening.
have to bring it back for every year now.
And they only go
Why did they do
60
it?
miles per hour.
That's
the
way faster than I would have
that's top-
expected
that's-
them to go.
That's faster than I
Top
would have
speed.
thought.
top speed is 60 miles per hour. So if
I'm
you can
fine with
imagine
that.
just all
I don't know-
weenies just
I don't know how long the track is at the
at the Weenie 500.
speedway at the Indianapolis
Isn't it
Speedway.
a mile? Because it's 500 miles, is it not?
You mean like
I would
'cause it-
walk 500 miles.
And,
I don't know.
isn't it 500
I
miles?
thought it was just 500 laps.
Oh, maybe it is.
I
don't
don't
know anything
I'm
about
gonna be honest, I
racing.
don't know the length for a NASCAR race, but yeah, I think they only
Is the
did
Indy
like
500 NASCAR?
Yeah.
Is it?
It's like the NASCAR race.
that is the race, that and like Daytona.
Daytona 500.
Yeah, but yeah, the weenie, whatever you want to call it,
Weenie
the
500.
Weenie
Weenie
500.
500.
Yeah,
They did not do 500 laps.
no, they did not. Definitely not.
I would
They
have
did-
taken
Oh
them
my
a
God.
while.
One lap?
I think it was 1, maybe 2. I can't remember, but yeah,
Yeah.
it was something,
That's
and I wouldn't be surprised if they bring it back.
if it's
I think it was a hit.
I mean, I was looking at the pictures, the stands were full. And so like
Was it before the Indy 500? Is that like
I don't know when
Was
the
it
Indy
like the-
Yeah,
500
it
is.
was because
it was
like
this past? That's why I said that. It was this past weekend.
The Indy 500 was?
Yes,
yes.
Oh, so it was like the pre-show?
that's what I'm saying.
That's why the stands are packed.
Okay.
No,
There we
but
go.
it's like
Well, no, but they didn't do it before the race itself. They did it like the day
Oh.
before.
oh, see?
Like it
People
was
were-
not the day
there
of
was a
the
big
race.
Yes.
Sorry, I got a little bit sidetracked. It relates. So the Indy 500 is 500 miles long. It's about 200 laps, and each lap is 2.5 miles.
I just sounded like a big dumb idiot.
Didn't you say they were a mile long?
Yeah.
I did say they were a mile long, but I said it was 500
I see what you're
miles.
saying. Okay, yeah.
So you were partially right.
I was partially right. I was more right than Joe, and that's what matters.
You were more right than me, yes. I will admit that.
I hope they bring back the.
Yeah, I want to go. I just something.
Weenie 500 and cheese roll next year.
Weenie 500 cheese roll.
All in the same week. They're
It's
actually
gonna
like
be a tough trip.
They're actually like back to back.
They are like mere days apart.
Yeah.
And so somehow we're gonna have to travel to Indianapolis and
England,
then immediately travel to
Gloucester.
Worth it. Worth
Right.
every penny spent.
Okay.
To watch big wiener mobiles and what?
I didn't think you were gonna say mobiles after that, and I was like, "What are we watching?" Big.
Yeah, I was gonna say big wieners race, but then I was like, let me mobile it.
Let me mobile it.
Yeah, let me watch the wiener mobiles, and then watch a bunch of dudes break limbs after cheese.
That would be fun.
Racing after cheese.
That I think would be very fun.
Yeah, they should do more stuff like those two things, like just weird races for people to watch and
like
just have fun.
Don't they have like a baby race? Or have you seen like the
baby race?
Yeah, like where people race their babies. Yeah,
like at the halftime shows, like for basketball games.
I don't know. Yeah. Well, and then they also do like I've seen when you said weenie race. This is what I thought you were talking about, like the little like miniature dachshund or whatever.
You want to see wiener dogs race?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like,
yeah.
I believe it.
Like greyhounds, but wiener dogs instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pigs.
They do that.
Caitlin says
And
the
I've
pigs.
seen them like where they do it.
Do that?
Yeah, they do it before like horse races. The pigs,
Well,
yeah.
Pigs I've seen.
I've seen
wiener
them,
dogs?
Yes. And they like have them in the corrals like they do with the horses, and they open them up and they run.
I feel like
Almost
they've done
like it's
this
a
with-
race.
I feel like they've done this with any animal you could think of.
Probably.
Okay, well, I want something that's not animals then.
Have you ever seen the I think it's Red Bull, and they do this thing where people create their own
Yes.
carts, but they're on bicycles and they have to make it as far
They
as
have
they
to
can.
make it
Or
like fly.
the guys with the ones that fly and see
Oh,
how far in the water they
yes.
can go.
Love
Those,
those.
yeah, those are funny.
fun.
Things that will almost definitely cause injury.
Inevitably,
It's
fail.
almost like a human egg drop.
Yes.
It's like to see, I don't
That's
even know.
exactly what it is. I also like, there's this thing, this definitely happens in this country, but there's this really, really steep hill again. And I'm pretty sure it happens in this country. And people on like
this country?
dirt, yes.
like America.
Yes.
Okay.
Our country.
Right.
People take like dirt bikes and they try and get all the way up to the top of this hill. And this thing is like nearly 90 degrees, especially at the top. You're like basically going straight up. And I've watched probably hundreds of videos of people doing this. I've never seen anybody make it to the top. They start, you start far enough back and you launch yourself up this hill and you make it, most people make it like halfway. And then they just like leap off of their bike because again, gravity's working very much against you in this case. And it is just
nowhere to go but down.
endless entertainment. And the bikes will go flying, the people will go flying. It's
Interesting.
awesome.
Why do you find
The
all
bikes
those
will start
things?
sliding down the hill and people are trying to like catch the bike as it's going down the hill
What?
to stop it from sliding all the way back down.
Guess.
Bike.
Have you ever seen? This feels like a similar vein of thing. Have you ever seen Pumpkin Chunkin?
Yes.
That feels like a similar like
Yeah.
just not a race, but like a weird
Something
competition.
Stupid. Yeah.
Me and my dad like religiously used to watch Pumpkin Chunkin
Yeah.
every single year.
Yeah. It's
Did you ever
awesome.
watch that Pumpkin Chunkin? Where people would make these like
How many times can you say pumpkin
it's
chunkin?
a fun thing to say.
Just like
Pumpkin-
Wienermobile.
Pumpkin Chunkin. They would make these like massive contraptions. That's the best way to describe them. And they would stick a pumpkin in it and launch
They
it.
would make trebuchets. Catapults. as
Yes,
one
a
might say.
catapult, if you will. And they would put a pumpkin in it and they would launch it and they would see how far they could throw it. And they would get like the coolest looking one would win a prize, the furthest one would win.
Yeah.
Like they had all these different, it was like a whole event every year.
I think that's also a similar event Or it may be the same event where they'll put like watermelons and catapults and launch those. It can't be the same event because watermelons grow in the summer.
It's pumpkin chunkin' in the summer.
And chunkin' in the watermelon.
Uh,
Watermelon chunkin'.
What can we call it? Melon.
Go ahead. Take your time. I want you to come up with something.
I know. I was gonna try to think of something clever and it just didn't come.
Mm-hmm. I'm in no hurry. I want you to find a rhyme.
You are literally 16 years old.
I want you to find a rhyme for melon that also is a synonym for throwing.
Melon. I'm listening to her. Melon.
Yeah. Melon. A rhyme for melon that's also a synonym for throwing. I'll tell you right now, I also don't have an answer.
I know.
But we will sit here and make this the world's longest episode of a podcast until you
Please
find a rhyme / synonym.
Melon.
It doesn't have to start with an N. You know how pumpkin and chunkin' don't start with P's?
Melon.
What'd you say, Meg?
Riley's dogs touched me.
Yeah, dogs are out over there.
Melon yelling. Because they're yelling. Gross.
Are the melons yelling or the people?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
It's never gonna be an M word.
I know. Melon. Is that the rain? Sorry, I'm very easily distracted. There's a very strange noise.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, did you see that video of the person doing the melon meh? And it like out of the slingshot backfired, like it didn't go out of the sack, and that's not what it's called, but it's the best term for the thing that it holds the melon. And it like, so she's like holding it all the way back here. She let go and it stayed in the bag and it didn't go and came back and fucking in the face. Melon. She got meloned.
She got meloned. That's funny. I did not see that video, but that's funny.
It's a good one.
I see. That's the kind of like humor that I want to watch.
People
like,
getting meloned.
People getting something.
You're gonna start like a prank YouTube channel where you're just like, you just got melon, and it's you just throwing whole watermelons at people.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Anyways,
melon yelling. I like that one.
Melon yelling.
Ah!
Yeah. If you have anything else, now's your chance. If not, we'll take it right over to Caitlin for trivia.
Lisa was the
and
only one
Caitlin,
I had.
I mean Meg.
Caitlin did it last time.
We'll sit here until Caitlin uses the microphone. Let me get my notes up. Hold on, please. Now, are we doing the same thing where you just give it to us, and then if we don't get it right, you give us multiple choice? Okay.
I'll read the question. If you need multiple choice, I'm going to make Caitlin read them.
Okay, deal. You shaking your head now?
Probably. Yes. Yeah, she is.
Okay.
Okay, am I good to go? Yeah. Which animal's fingerprints are most identical to humans?
There was a time I knew. It's interesting that they say most identical, meaning there are several animals that have fingerprints. So kind of news to me.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of animals with fingers.
Right.
I have an answer.
I don't think my answer is right, but I have an answer.
Go ahead.
I said raccoon.
I said koala.
I do. Joe is correct.
Let's
Nice.
fucking go. I knew.
Can I read you the answer choices I had created?
I had to dig into the
What
old
is the other
melon.
ones?
Yeah. And I knew I heard that once.
Your options, if you hadn't, were chimps, bears, and lizard. I thought that was a pretty good one. But on the
And
site,
koala.
Yeah, and koala.
Okay.
And but on the site, we had to change some of it because they said dolphins. We were like,
Yeah.
no?
It feels a
Dolphins.
little obvious.
Dolphins and their notorious fingerprints.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Often difficult to solve crimes.
That's what was on the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
What was on the beach?
The dolphin fingerprints. The dolphin fingerprints.
You can keep
Dang it,
saying
Joe.
it. What?
You know what? Just move on.
What beach?
No, what are we talking about?
I was just keep going.
No, hold on. There's
It was just funny comment joke, but clearly not.
no wait. I believe this could be a funny comment. It's totally going over my head. What was on?
There's
no
no
beach.
beach.
There's never been a beach. What was on the beach? Was there something on the beach recently?
What was on the beach? I was over on the bench.
Are you up to
I
speed?
have no idea what's happening.
Okay. Well, at least I'm not alone.
There's
here.
a dolphin on a beach. No, I'm not.
No,
I'm not
yeah,
usually
no,
up to
that's
speed.
actually a good point. Okay, well that puts me at 2 points and you at 0. You did win last week, and I already bought your food, so don't worry about that anymore.
Yay,
But
you
I have
bought me.
taken a commanding lead.
I got a commanding lead. You got 2 points. Chill out.
Yeah, and you have 0, so awfully commanding if I do say so myself.
I had orange chicken.
Hey, Animal, where can the people find you?
What time is it? It's 11:30.
Yeah.
See, I told you we film late. You can find me
Really
on.
quick. Caitlin's bitch shot. They do.
Megan said they look like
The
sloths.
mouth is
They're
so
stitched.
wide.
It's her entire foot.
It does look like Sid if he was blue.
Doesn't anybody love Sid the sloth? Anyway, you can find me on
They
Instagram
do
and
this every year. Riley does that really well. Riley, into the microphone, please.
They do this every year. Why? Doesn't anybody care about Sid the Sloth? Why? Why? Thank
Job
you.
well done.
nice. Anyway, you can find me on TikTok and Instagram at Annabelle.Kessinger.
Nice. Leprosy.
The last dandelion.
The last dance.
And my eat of the week, which I am now once again only remembering
I had orange chicken.
right as I say it. I had orange chicken once. What did I? She okay?
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, what are you looking at?
Nothing.
Okay.
Tell us about your orange chicken.
I was good. I don't know if it was my eat of the week. What else did I have this week? What is happening? Is there something on me?
Oh. Just the from the peanut gallery.
Moment of words.
Yeah.
What did I do?
What was your eat of the week? Damn it.
What did we have this week?
Did you get a cupcake at work today?
No. I think the banana pudding that Caitlin made the other week.
No, that was your eat of the week last week.
Damn it.
Along with
Mike,
the cucumber
Make
yelling.
you go yelling.
I thought she was saying orange chicken too, but she just keeps mentioning it and saying it's not her.
Wait a minute.
My eat of the week is not the orange chicken I had just before.
Wait a minute. It was Olive Garden the other night. I had Olive Garden.
What'd you get?
I got.
Wait a second. Why wasn't I invited?
Why? It was very last minute. We were gonna
Riley's
go.
holding the microphone.
We were gonna.
You're the ones talking.
We were gonna go help Logan pack. Logan's moving apartments right now. We were gonna help her pack, but then we were hungry, so we went to Olive Garden. And then we got back, and it was like 10 o'clock, and we had to be up really early the next day for work. So we just went back to sleep.
I like it.
Anyway, Olive Garden. I got spaghetti and meatballs, and my favorite, the chicken and gnocchi soup.
Gnocchi. chicken and gnocchi. I don't like gnocchi.
You don't like what?
I don't like it. So I just
I
eat the
don't
chicken.
like it.
Don't like it. I just eat the chicken when I get that soup.
Why would you get it?
Because the chicken's good and the broth is good. And then I get the other one, the sausage.
Zuppa Toscana?
Zuppa Toscana. Yeah, that one's real good. Anyways, you can follow me on my photography Instagram, Sharky_photography. My regular Instagram at Secret Agent Sharky. And that's it, right?
What is your...
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
My eat of the week. Chewies. Had Chewies like 3 times this week.
In what world is Chewy's your eat of the week?
You don't like Chewies?
No, it's horrid. It's bad Mexican.
Got the cameras right now.
Yeah. You can't say bad Mexican in the same sentence right after the other, by the way. You're too white for that.
You can when it relates to Chewy's. It's horrible.
Bad Mexican.
And it's flooded right now.
Chewy's is?
Yeah.
You don't like their creamy jalapeno?
Not a chance. It's disgusting. That was the worst part.
What are your thoughts on this? Riley. Jesus Christ.
She's not going to talk.
Okay, Meg,
Say it.
translate for us, please.
No, she's not going to say it.
I don't think Caitlin feels as strongly as Annabelle does.
But
Does
she also
not. Do
doesn't...
you like the creamy
like,
jalapeno?
I think she, like, are you mid
do
about
like-
it or do you like it?
You do like the creamy jalapeno. Okay.
You know, we were surprised because we were with her when she went and everybody was talking up the jalapeno
Everyone
sauce.
was like, oh, it's so good. It was ranch.
No.
Yes.
Spicy ranch.
It was horrid.
It's jalapeno ranch. That's all it is.
Yeah, it was gross. That I mean, I dipped my chips in jalapeno ranch.
Yes. Their salsa, also fire.
It's actually not.
They also have good tenders.
The only thing that was good there was the margarita.
They have good margaritas.
But if you're gonna do
They
a
have really
margarita
good
wrong,
Ground
margaritas.
beef
The
is
margaritas are
phenomenal.
good.
if you do,
That's
a-
what I've been having all week.
if
Is their ground,
you-
I have a tub of ground beef in my.
that's another thing. If you're gonna do a margarita wrong, don't even open a Mexican restaurant. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. They better be good.
But then you called them bad Mexican.
That is not what I said.
That's what I heard.
Let the record state. It's not what
That's what the video is going to be like when it gets uploaded on Friday.
That's gonna be the title
Bad
of the episode.
Mexicans. Just me hissing every little Mexicans. Just so every time you say the word Mexican, it comes out Mexican.
Where am I gonna get a sombrero?
Going to the dollar store right now. Anyways, that's my eat of the week. The ground beef. I made taco bowls with Chewy's meat. As for the podcast, you can follow us on Twitter at CSGPod. That is CSGPOD. Follow us on TikTok at The Shuffle Podcast and on Instagram at The Shuffle_podcast. And subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all at The Shuffle Podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. To our peanut gallery, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Caitlin, always a pleasure.
But I'm Caitlin.
Yeah, that was really believable. You sound an awful lot like Meg. We'll talk to you guys next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.